In this video, we discuss the best foods that boost circulation down there for aging men so that you can support your confidence, vitality, and long-term health in a natural way. You'd be surprised how often it comes up in private. A man in his mid-50s doing well in life, healthy enough, and yet he's quietly worried. Something just feels different down there. Maybe slower to respond, maybe not quite as strong as before, but he brushes it off. Maybe it's just age, maybe stress, maybe it'll pass. And still, deep down, he wonders, is this normal? Should I be worried? Is there something I can do? The truth is, what happens in the private areas of your body is often one of the first signs that something deeper is changing. And yet, too many men either ignore it or go chasing quick-fix solutions that don't address the root cause. Let's be clear, occasional performance issues are common and can happen for many reasons: stress, fatigue, even poor sleep. But when it becomes a pattern, especially as you reach your 40s and beyond, it's worth looking closer, because what feels like a circulation issue down there is often a whole body signal. Here's the twist: social media, even locker room talk have taught us all sorts of outdated ideas, like it's just age, or you just need a supplement, or worse, it's all in your head. That's simply not true, and modern research tells a very different story. Your ability to perform, whether in a moment of intimacy or just feeling energetic and vital, relies heavily on two things. 1. Healthy blood flow. 2. Balanced hormone levels, especially testosterone. And guess what? Both of those systems are heavily influenced by what you eat, not just today, but over time. If you're eating a diet high in processed carbs, sugary drinks, and fried foods, you're creating the perfect storm for clogged arteries, sluggish blood flow, and lower testosterone. But here's the hopeful news: the opposite is also true. There are specific foods, simple, natural, everyday things that have been shown to improve blood flow, support healthy testosterone, and even reduce the risk of long-term vascular problems. Foods that work with your body, not against it. The problem is, most men don't know what they are, or they don't realize just how powerful food can be as a tool for keeping things working properly down there and everywhere else. And that's where confusion sets in. One guy hears oysters are good, another swears by watermelon, someone else is drinking pomegranate juice every morning. But what's real? What's just rumor? And what's actually worth putting on your plate? It's not just about one food or one nutrient. It's about how the right ingredients come together to support better circulation, stronger blood vessels, and healthier hormones, especially as we age. Because aging doesn't mean giving up energy, performance, or confidence. It just means being a little smarter about how you support your body. And let's be honest, this isn't something most men feel comfortable bringing up, even with their doctor, which is why too many guys stay in the dark, trying to power through something that might actually be fixable, preventable, or at least manageable with the right approach. So let's change that. Let's get honest. Let's take a look at what doctors and science really say about this. Over the past decade, researchers from Harvard, the Mayo Clinic, and several major urology centers have studied how nutrition affects circulation and hormonal health in men over 40. And here's what they found. Food isn't just fuel, it's chemistry. And certain foods can directly influence the way blood moves through your vessels, how nitric oxide is produced, and how well your body keeps testosterone in balance. Take leafy greens like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard. These are high in natural nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes blood vessels and improves circulation, including in your private area. This is the same biological pathway that prescription medications rely on. But here, it's coming from a salad, not a pill. Another major player is watermelon. Most people think of it as just fruit, but it contains a compound called citrulline, which helps produce more nitric oxide as well. In fact, researchers at Texas A&M University have even dubbed it nature's Viagra because of how strongly it can affect blood flow when consumed regularly. Then there are shellfish, especially oysters, clams, and crab. Zinc is a trace mineral essential for testosterone production, sperm health, and immune function. Oysters are the richest natural source of zinc on the planet. And a 2011 review in the journal Nutrition found that men with higher zinc intake had significantly better testosterone levels and reproductive markers. Next, let's talk about berries. Blueberries, strawberries, and cherries are packed with anthocyanins, a group of antioxidants shown to improve blood vessel elasticity and reduce inflammation. One long-term study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that men who consumed more flavonoids from berries had up to a 14% lower risk of experiencing performance issues over time. Still drinking sugary soda? Switching to a few servings of dark grape juice each week could make a real difference. A study published in 2016 followed men in their 40s and found that those who consumed grape juice 5 or more times per week had up to 79% lower rates of erectile dysfunction. That number went even higher, 83%, for men over 40. Of course, results can vary, and no single food is a cure. But the point is, these aren't isolated findings. Across multiple studies and institutions, the same patterns keep showing up. Foods rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, natural nitrates, and key minerals like zinc and magnesium consistently show benefits for circulation, hormone support, and vascular health. Extremely low-fat diets, while trendy in some circles, have actually been shown to reduce testosterone production in men. That's because your body needs healthy fats to make hormones. Eliminate fat entirely, and you may feel sluggish, foggy, and less responsive. Now here's one you may not have heard. Dark chocolate, when it's 70% cacao or higher, contains flavonoids that increase nitric oxide and may help lower blood pressure. And then there's pomegranate juice. Studies suggest it not only supports blood flow, but may help reduce cortisol, the stress hormone that competes with testosterone production. What all of this tells us is simple. You don't need gimmicks. You don't need extremes. You need real, consistent nutrients that work with your body's natural systems. Because while medications can help certain situations, long-term vitality, especially down there, starts with what's on your plate. So, what's actually happening inside the body as men age, and why does it affect performance and circulation down there? It starts with testosterone. This is the key hormone responsible for libido, energy, muscle mass, and function. Starting around age 30, testosterone levels decline slowly by about 1% per year. That may not sound like much, but over time, it adds up. And low testosterone isn't just about desire. It can lead to fatigue, reduced strength, mood changes, and even problems with memory or focus. But here's the catch. Testosterone doesn't act alone. It needs a healthy cardiovascular system to do its job. And that's where circulation comes in. When circulation slows, because of poor diet, high blood pressure, or rising inflammation, those vessels can't deliver what's needed for proper function. You may still feel desire, but the response just isn't there. And that disconnect can be frustrating and confusing. Here's the good news. The foods we mentioned earlier don't just support surface-level issues. They work deeper, helping the body restore balance between hormones, blood flow, and cellular repair. Take healthy fats, for example. Monounsaturated fats found in olive oil, avocados, and nuts play a key role in hormone production. They help the body absorb fat-soluble vitamins like D and E, both of which are tied to testosterone health. In fact, a 2020 study in the Journal of Urology found that men who followed a Mediterranean-style diet, rich in olive oil, fish, vegetables, and nuts, had significantly higher testosterone and fewer signs of erectile dysfunction than men eating a standard Western diet high in refined carbs. And this goes deeper. Mushrooms, especially white button mushrooms, contain natural compounds that may block aromatase, an enzyme that converts testosterone into estrogen. This is particularly important for aging men, where estrogen can gradually rise and reduce the benefits of testosterone. By including mushrooms in your meals, you may help preserve a healthier hormonal balance. Then there's garlic, onions, and cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and Brussels sprouts. These foods help support detox pathways in the liver, where hormones are broken down and processed. Keeping the liver clear and functioning well means better hormone regulation and less buildup of harmful byproducts. And don't forget magnesium, a mineral found in leafy greens, nuts, and seeds. Magnesium supports hundreds of enzyme reactions, including those involved in blood vessel function and testosterone activity. Low magnesium levels have been linked to higher inflammation, poor circulation, and reduced performance in men over 40. So what happens if we ignore all of this? Over time, poor circulation down there may lead to more than just intimacy issues. It can be an early sign of endothelial dysfunction. That's the medical term for impaired blood vessel lining. And that's often a warning sign for broader cardiovascular problems like high blood pressure, heart disease, or even stroke. In fact, many cardiologists now consider changes to be a vascular symptom first, often showing up years before a heart attack or major event. That's why it's so important to stop thinking of this as just a private issue. It's a full body signal, and one that can be improved with better daily choices. Start with whole foods. Eat enough protein to support lean tissue. Choose fats from fish, nuts, and olives, not from fried or processed snacks. And include antioxidant-rich fruits and vegetables that support nitric oxide and vessel health. These changes don't work overnight, but over time, they support better energy, better circulation, and yes, better performance and confidence. It's not about reversing the clock. It's about moving forward with strength and clarity. Now, no one is saying a single food will change everything overnight, but small, consistent choices add up, and the right foods, in the right combinations, help your body do what it's designed to do: function well, age gracefully, and stay strong. This is about taking charge, not chasing youth, not fearing age, but respecting your body and supporting it as you move through life. Because when blood is flowing well, hormones are balanced, and your system is nourished, everything from energy to confidence gets stronger. And that's the point. This isn't about fixing a problem once it shows up. It's about fueling your health today so that tomorrow feels better, and so that the years ahead are lived with clarity, connection, and vitality. So, if you've noticed changes in how things feel down there, don't ignore it. Don't be embarrassed. And don't fall for fads or quick fix promises. Instead, make small, consistent changes. Add more greens. Swap refined snacks for nuts and seeds. Reach for salmon instead of red meat. Enjoy your berries and dark chocolate without guilt. And most importantly, have a conversation. Talk to a trusted healthcare provider about your concerns. Because the sooner you connect the dots, the more options you have to improve your health from the inside out. You deserve to feel strong, steady, and in control. And with the right fuel, that's absolutely possible. And as always talk to your doctor before acting on any health advice. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, share it with someone who might benefit, and subscribe. Here's a question to think about. What's one food from this video that you could start adding to your meals this week?